Okay, so in this video I will show you something important which you have to know obviously. So what is this you have to understand. So for the country, person, place, animals, company, for those things, if you find any kind of country name in your transcription, or if you find any kind of person name, place name, animals name, company name, local company, okay, let me write it down as a local. So if you find any kind of those names, like any kind of country, like a China, or like a something else, whatever it will be, any kind of name, like okay, I can't put any kind of things. Okay, if you find any kind of country, like China, Brazil, Argentina, also the Japan, if you find any kind of name in here, so for those things, for those words, for those nouns, you can call that as a noun, because name, I say name, for that name you will write it down as a Japanese word. You don't have to write it down as English. If you find any kind of name like a German, you will write it down as a Japanese word, Japanese font. If you find any kind of word which is Portugal, write it down as a Japanese word. If you find any kind of word the person said which is Japanese, write it down as a Japanese word. So for the country name, if you find any kind of country name, you have to write it down as a Japanese font. If you find any kind of person name, it could be an English person, it could be a Chinese person. Obviously for the Chinese and Japanese person you will be write it down as a Japanese word. But if you find any kind of person which is a English person, like the person is saying hi, I am ABD Blair, okay, I am a Michael Jones, Michael Jackson, okay, those are English word. You can understand, those are English word, English name. For that also you have to write it down as a Japanese font, okay, you don't have to write it down as English. And also about the place, for the place, like if the person said anything kind of place, say I am going to Saint Joseph graveyard, okay, Saint Joseph, like this one is the name of a place, you have to write it down as a in a Japanese font. If you find any kind of ocean speech, or any kind of ocean way, or any kind of river way which is which have a meaning, which have a name, like any kind of park name, or any kind of place name. So if you find any kind of place name, you have to write it down as a Japanese. If you find any kind of animals name, like a person, you have a dog which have a name like a Tom, you have a cat which have a name Tom. If you have a mouse which have a name is Jerry. So for the Tom and Jerry you have to write it down as a Japanese font, you have to write it down as a Japanese way. No need to write it down as a English word, okay, no need to. So after that, the company, if you find any kind of company which is local, I have write it down with the company name is local. If you find any kind of company which is local in your area, like any kind of food company in your place, or any kind of mobile shop company, or any kind of technician company, or any kind of what company, but which is local, for those local company name you have to write it down as a Japanese. But but there is a but. So there is a big but in here. What is the but? But is the thing that if you find any kind of company name which is international, okay, which is international, you have to write the name as the company write it, okay, you have to write the name what, as the company write it. Like if you find any kind of net which is very appropriate, I can show you. TikTok, TikTok, okay, you can see TikTok, I have write it down as a capital T, I, after that IK, after that capital T, after that OK, TikTok, okay, this is a international company for now. So for that you have to write it down, the company write that thing as they are, okay. Like after that you can say Facebook, F is capital for the Facebook, you have to write the F is capital. But then also no need to mark those thing as a English tag, no need to, no need to mark those thing as a English tag. those are English word, but still no need to mark any kind of company name as a English tag. So after that, the main thing, which is iPhone. Okay, so iPhone, you can see iPhone, I is a small and P is capital. After that, all those things is small, because the company write their name in this way. So the moral of the story is, you have to write all the company name, international company, not a local company, because local company name you will write in Japanese, but for the international company name you have to write it down as the company write their name. Okay, like the company of TikTok, write their name like this way. You are writing this way. If you find any kind of others thing, any kind of others company name, you have to write it down as their own way, how they write. Still, if you are confused, then go to Google, write that company name. Obviously you will find the right way to write it. Okay, how can you will write it? So for that, you will write it on this way. So let me say it again: country name, person name, place name, animal's name, company which is local, those name, and also the day name and the month name. Sorry, I didn't write it down in here. Let me write it down again. Day name and month name. Okay, and a month name. You have to write it down as a Japanese also. Okay, so if you find any kind of proper noun, as I said, if you find any kind of proper noun, okay, one more thing, wait. So day name, because if you have any meaning in a day name, like a Sunday, Monday, if you are using those Sunday, Monday in your language, because I am not sure about those two things, like day and month. If you saying those thing in your country, like a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you are saying those things, then you can write it down as a Japanese. But if you have meaning, if you using any other word for a Sunday, if you are using any other word for a Tuesday, if you are using any kind of other word, other meaning for those day name, you have to write it down as English. But let me clear this thing for now, because I am not sure about that, also about the month. But if you think the day and month you are using as a English, as others use, like a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, January, February, March, April, May. So if you are using those things, then you can write it down as a Japanese. But if you don't use those things in your language, if you are using alternative in your language, then write it down as English. But if you are using those things as others use, as we use, for that you can write it down as a Japanese way. But I can assure those things that if you find country, person, place, animal, company, local company, then you can write it down as a Japanese. And also if you find any kind of international company, then you have to write it down as a the person as the company, write it down. So let me go to the next thing. You can see there is a red button in here. Okay, you can see. Okay, let me put any kind of error in this place. Okay, at the first, let me say you, this is autosave platform. Okay, whenever there is, you can see unsave 2, the reload will be done. Okay, just wait a second. You can see the reload automatically done. You will be connected to the network, the reload automatically done. Okay, let me put a space. You can see unsave 1, the reload automatically done. Again put a space, and unsave 1, reload automatically done. Okay, so still there is need to reload. Okay, that automatically saved. And also if you want to save it manually, then hold control, after that S. And also there is some more thing, let me clear it right now. If you click on this question mark, okay, if you click on this question mark, you will find a shortcut in here. Okay, you will find a lot of shortcut in here, because if I put a tab in your from your keyboard, that will be help for play and pause. If I click on tab, you will find it here. You can see, okay, number 2, play and pause, use tab key. If you put your tab key, press on your tab key, that segment will be automatically play and pause. and this one is the repeat button. If you click on here and play, that will only happens. Okay, that will only play this segment, not any other segment. Okay, after that what you have to do, let me say it again. Okay, so after that what you have to do, let me say it again. And for those things, like any kind of error, if you find like any on this segment, if there is any error in those segment, that will be transcription, the thing will be showed as a red way. Okay, the things will be showed as a red, the line will be marked as a red, the all the things, like all the like what, like all the sentence, full sentence will be colored as red automatically if there is any kind of error. And how will know what is the error? You will be know by in this way. If I go on this way in this short form, if I click on this, you can see that what is the problem in here. It will be appear in here because there is a segment. This segment have no text, no love or nothing else, but it marked as a speech, so it have to write something here in here. So each and every segment, if they have any kind of problem, it will be marked as a red, and also it will be showed in here in this red area. Okay, and also you will find that in this file if there is any more error have or not, like in this file there is 5 error in 5 segment. If you click in here, it will be take you on that place. Okay, so this is all, and after that I will show you one more thing, that how to submit the file.